Stray Souls is a psychological horror game about Daniel, a teenager confronting his past and other beings' sinister backgrounds. With the demo finally being released, I'll be reviewing what this short experience has to provide. It's Daniel's 18th birthday. His friend Martha has him explore a supposedly haunted park to search and scavenge for surprises that Martha has for him to discover. As Daniel progresses to explore and search around the area, he has to fend off against monsters that suddenly appear chasing him. As the game's description shows on Steam, Daniel inherits his grandmother's house and afterwards meets Martha, who knows more about the house's history too. So this demo takes place after Daniel moves into the house. The camera positioning is what I would expect from a modern third-person horror game. It's perfect for exploring open areas like the park Daniel searches around. It's similar to Resident Evil's 2 camera system, where the character is allowed to break off freely around the frame, still staying within the view at the same time, and having the camera centering to the character when stopping or slowing down. The control of Daniel's movement feels genuine to how you would walk, run, or stop. You know, it's a good break from playing many games that have that very direct and snappy movement. The facial animations also adds on to its goal of looking realistic, able to see what expressions match the emotion or tone Daniel is currently expressing. Granted, the animation in this game should be polished up heavily, since the facial animations can be seen out of sync, running or walking animations can jitter at times, and Daniel's hands not having a lot of movement or animation. Of course, it was mentioned that this demo is an early release and does have bugs, but there are some faulty functions to point out, such as being able to select 2 door switches at the same time when both of their select buttons are shown, and some instances of people being able to walk out of bounds. There is one glitch where if you spam the aim button and hold it down afterwards, you're able to walk around while zoomed in. I think this glitch can be fixed into an actual feature where you're able to zoom in into things closer without having a weapon out. Speaking of weapons, you're only armed with a pistol the whole demo. The combat is simple. It balances out by adding a heavy amount of recoil each time you shoot, and the firing speed is a bit slow. One more thing I do want to mention is that you have to put away your weapon before picking up an item or opening a door. I do appreciate this limit detail, as it indicates that you need to pay attention to what buttons you press. It brings me back to playing games with tank controls that made you think how you should run or turn and walk, since those controls don't always go the way you want them to. And having to put away your weapon is like a comeback to that limiting detail. The delivery of dialogue is well written and acted out, as it provides the player a good idea of Daniel's personality, whether it be from his sarcastic yet playful comments to him being a easily frustrated teenager.
So, Laura Croft, got any coordinates for this row?
If that stupid playground key isn't in the goddamn car, I'll shoot myself, I swear. That's if I find a gun, of course.
And what am I even supposed to find on this playground? Not that I don't enjoy a jungle gym now and again, but it is kind of weird since I'm not, 5 years old anymore.
As Martha doesn't have as much dialogue Daniel does in the demo, she already sounds like a good friend of Daniel's, since Martha is the one providing the surprises for his birthday.
Yeah, blah blah. Anything else you feel like bitching about? Trust me, you're gonna love it once you find it.
I really mean it.
Easy on the mushy stuff, little man.
Overall, I heavily appreciate these voice actors put into the effort to bring these characters to be fleshed out. So please go check out Jack Hawkins and Maggie Ellis on Twitter. They definitely deserve the recognition. As short and early in development this game is, it's nice to see and play Silent Hill inspired games. So far, this is what I imagine a modern Silent Hill game would be like in the new generations of games. You know, exploring beautiful and abandoned areas filled with fog and haunted beings chasing after you. This is one of the intentional things, as Stray Souls takes from a cancelled title, Silent Hills PT, such as using the boy from the concept trailer, one of the reported murders being reenacted,
and shot his wife as she was cleaning up the kitchen after lunch. When his 10-year-old son came to investigate the commotion, the father shot him too.
and the Hideo Kojima style of camera movement and zoom-ins during cutscenes. At the same time, the developers have mentioned that they don't aim to make a PT clone, avoiding the lawn and looping hallway formula that was used in PT, since a lot of horror games do leech off of that haunted hallway. I do hope to see the day when this game is fully developed, since there's so much potential to provide like a refreshing experience to those who've been wanting to play a new Silent Hill game for the past 7 years. As of right now, we just had to be patient for the game to develop. Ever since this game was announced on the horror community on Twitter, I've been keeping up with this game. The developers usually respond to questions or comments, and they do present what they've been working on, and that just shows how dedicated they are to making this game. Before I end this review, I do want to mention some odd things about the game's Twitter page, since on an early post from their account, there's been a good amount of replies, replying with the number 41. If any of you do know what this means, please let me know in the comments, because I'm assuming this is some sort of teaser or hint to the game's development. Overall, I look forward to playing more of this game in the future, and I hope all goes well.